Hi Ambi, how are you?
Hi, hi. How are you?
Good, yeah, good. At home a lot more than usual nowadays.
Right. I think we have to get used to that for a bit now.
Yeah, it's for the best. And I mean, also it's such a good bonding exercise because this takes me back to my childhood when
Right,
all four of us used to be in the house for so many days at a stretch.
right. Yeah. It's a little surreal, uh, but yeah, I think it's a totally different experience. And I think also as musicians, it's nice because we can, to some extent, I mean, we can plan our practice and work on things without a deadline in front of us.
So
So.
what things are you working on which are not deadline oriented?
So I mean, there are a lot of small technical things that have been bugging me personally. So I'm working on those things.
Bugging is a very harsh word for an awesome violinist like you. What
No,
will
I mean,
happen to all those out there who idolize you?
well, hopefully after this, I will be a little better than I was before. Um,
Okay.
let's see. But it's nice to kind of work. There are a bunch of pieces I remember. Uh, there was this Bach concerto that I last played when I was 12. So
Oh.
I've gone back to that, and it's kind of interesting uh, looking at these things.
Hey, have you performed Western classical, like in concerts?
I have not too much, but I have.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
it's been a while though.
Because when I was in Europe, I
Hmm,
mean, I'm glad I'm back. I came back nearly 20 days back,
hmm.
but I attended a Berlin Philharmonic concert.
Oh wow.
So beautiful. I mean, to see 150 people at the same time
Yeah, yeah,
create something so nice together. But anyway, I mean, now the situation there is so bad. I feel so bad. I feel thankful to God that, I'm back safe and sound, but I do feel very
yeah,
bad for all the people there.
yeah. It's a terrible situation to be in, and I just hope that we take all necessary precautions and do our best.
Yeah, for everybody watching this, keep your hands clean and don't step out of the house.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
what is your practice schedule like now? Now that you're at home?
So now, same like you, yeah. Things that I wanted to learn forever and things that I wanted to practice. I mean, sometimes, you just want to practice something like, say, an afternoon rug, okay? But then there are so many concerts lined up one after the other or tours, and you can't do it because you have to focus on what you have to play for the concert.
Right, right.
So I'm just glad that now there is no time. I don't have to allocate time to the things that I want to practice. I can sit with my instrument for however long and do
Yeah,
whatever I like and play whatever I want. And I love spending time with my family, cooking for them. I've made meals from European to Mexican to South Indian and North Indian.
very
So
cool.
that's good fun. Yeah, it's a nice break. And I think in general, the world is also getting a break. Pollution levels have dropped drastically,
True.
you know.
I think
So I
yeah,
think,
and I think I mean looking at what the situation is, obviously a lot of people are suffering and it's not an ideal situation. But I think as individuals, you have to make best with what you have right now.
right, true, very true.
So how you've been learning from your mother and your grandmother? I'm guessing all of them are at home and
Yeah. It's very nice. I mean, they are also very happy because it's always been a very pleasurable and joyous learning experience. Uh, because you know, but then since of it didn't happen so often in the last few years. So
Right.
when that's happening often again, we all are enjoying it. It's a nice musical environment at home. How about you? I mean, uh, are you taking more tips from your dad at this time, making the most of it?
Oh yeah. So he's also not used to being at home right
Of
now.
course.
So every day he comes up with 100 new ideas, which is pretty entertaining to watch. Uh, but yeah, I mean it's great to kind of again sit without an agenda or a concert
Right.
or
Yeah.
some recording, because I think now the schedules, I mean the way it is normally nowadays, I mean earlier obviously I used to sit a lot more with him, but now it's like, okay, can I sit with you today and tomorrow I have this thing and I want a little bit of help
Yeah.
from uh, but now it's a little more relaxed, which is
Mm,
which is nice.
that's good. So, do you draw like a lot of inspiration from other? I mean, apart from your dad, which other violinists do you draw inspiration from?
So there are quite a few. So there is this amazing Hungarian gypsy violinist. His name is Robbie Lakatos. So and he's kind of created his own style, uh, which is pretty cool actually, because so his ancestor, I think, is sixth generation. His name is Bihari.
Okay.
So but
Oh,
so yeah, so they've all essentially come left India and went there. Uh,
oh.
yeah.
Share the links with me.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
be
yeah,
very
sure.
interested to hear.
He's pretty special.
Mm,
Uh, there's also a couple of Western classical violinists. Maxim Vengerov is somebody that I kind of grew up listening to every day.
right.
Every day when I used to go to school, used to have that CD. Uh,
Okay.
so I used to love that, and then years later, I realized that he was 19 when he recorded that. I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing with my
Wow.
life? And recently, I've been listening to a lot of Hilary Hahn as well.
Ah, of course.
Well,
And what about your classes? How's that? I mean, I've heard that you have an academy, your family has an academy
right,
called
right.
SAPA. So what's happening with the students? Have they lost their teachers or are you conducting online classes?
Yeah, we shifted everything online, and
Okay.
uh, it's been an interesting challenge for all of us. I think also because I mean, one thing obviously safety is paramount, but
Mm.
all the kids are sitting at home and they have plenty of time to practice. So both parents and kids want them to.
Parents would be very happy to get
Yeah.
that 1 hour off from managing their kids.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm getting
Yeah.
messages from my students now saying that, we have plenty of time. If you want to take extra classes, we're happy to do it. So
Okay.
it's an interesting juggle, but it's
Mm,
so far been effective.
mm, good. That's nice.
Awesome. So, what was the first thing that came to your mind when you heard about musicians, DigiStage, and
Yeah, so I mean, Purbananda is of course a musician whom I really respect. He's such a good Hindustani sitarist, and it's really nice because you know uh, there are a lot of people working from home on for their jobs, and there are a lot of other people who have no idea what to do with all this free time that they have, and I think as musicians, if we are able to give them something to look forward to on a daily basis and something that they can, you know, something that makes their day pass a little faster, I think that's the best service that we can do for them, for the people who are quarantined in their homes, in hospitals. And also, I believe that music has the vibes and power to really reach and heal. So, anything that helps people sitting at home and the patients there, I think we have to do our bit. So I'm glad that musicians DG Stage gives a platform where musicians can reach people. What about you?
Yeah, I think this is wonderful. I mean, for all the reasons that you said, and I think also it's uh, individually, I think it's also important to keep ourselves mentally engaged, and uh, I think as artists, sometimes if you're sitting at home for 3 months without shows, you can also kind of lose your mind. So in our own way, I think it's nice that we can uh, reach out to the community uh, and kind of do our bit, but at the same time also keep creating music and keep getting better.
Right, right. So good. I look forward to any collaborations that we may be a part of together,
Yes,
if any.
absolutely.
Yeah. Nice talking to you.
You too. See you.
Bye.